Shalom, everyone. What's going on? How's it going? How are you? How are you? Just checking in. Boss Bikini just joined. Welcome. Whoa, this mic is like pushing right into my neck. That's weird. How's it going? David Sims just joined. Welcome, you guys. Can you guys hear me okay? Let me know. Say yeah if you can hear me. Does this mic pick me up? Hello. You able to hear me? Yup. Awesome. Cool. Hold on. Getting burger out. So, for those who are just getting here, welcome you guys. I want to kind of give you some insight into why I've decided to do this quick Periscope. Hey, David, how's it going? Good to see you, man. In an hour, less than an hour, actually, I'm going to be doing the heart contest, okay? Now, you, of course, are in here now. You're throwing some hearts my way, and we're tallying up all the hearts over a period of time. But in an hour, I'm going to explain to you what the heart contest is and how you can win a copy of Easy Webinar. Hello from Denmark. What's going on, Espen? Welcome. You're going to be able to win a copy of Easy Webinar, which sells for $477 a year. It is a software that does both live and automated webinars and events so that you can promote your business. Now, that's in an hour. What I did want to mention right now, I wanted to give you some cool stuff right now, okay? A little bit of insight, a little bit of knowledge before we start that, okay? That's in like literally about 45 minutes, but I thought I would answer this question, okay? How do you get affiliates and advocates to promote you? So you guys who are getting here just now, some of you might be existing influencers, some of you may be looking for influencers to help you promote your business, your products and services out into the world. That might be you. If that is you, put a 1 in the chat. Now, I only have a few minutes to go into this quick strategy before we jump in and I start getting ready for the rest of this webinar. But this is what we're going to be talking about. I'm looking but not for long. I'm a looker, but not for long. Awesome. No, and it's okay if you're looking for advocates and partners, joint venture folks who will be advocates for you to help spread the word of your message. Obviously, this is one of the things that you might be searching for on the path of trying to get your product and services out there, right? So if that is you, awesome. And if this is your first time here, do me a favor. I do this thing. If this is your first time here, type in teach, okay? If this is your first time coming to one of my Periscopes, type into the chat teach, okay? And if you're someone who's been here before, type in learning, okay? Type in learning if you've been here before. It gets me an understanding and idea of who's here, who's been here previously, and who is someone new coming in. Teach, learning. Awesome, Espen, you're someone brand new, no problem, of course. Learning, always learning, absolutely, great. So, let me dive in and go over 3 things that you can do to build essentially an army of advocates and affiliates. Now, I will say this, that and rocking the hearts. Thank you so much already for the hearts. You guys are amazing. We're going to have a fun time in about 40 minutes when I really do this. So you might want to share with your peeps at that time. Remember, that's one of the ways that you can obviously win. I have 5 licenses to give away, and I'll tell you all about what it is at 6 p.m. when we start this up. But before we do, let me go over 3 things that you can do, okay, to start building your affiliates up, start building your advocates up. So number 1, you might be wondering, well, where do I find these folks? Well, first off, if you are building your list, and if you've been to some of my other Periscopes where I've talked about where you can use Periscope to build your list, oftentimes, and most people don't even think about this, that advocates and partners and influencers are on your list. Have you ever thought about that? That you may have an influencer on your list right now? Have you considered that? And if you haven't considered that, that's the very first thing I want to say, is that look to your own list. If you have an existing list for your partners, advocates, and affiliates, okay? They are the people that consume your content. They know who you are. They respect who you are. They are going to be the ones that are going to stand in the front line and help you with anything you're doing. But the only way they're going to do that is if you do what? What do you guys think? What do you think I'm going to say? You have to do one thing. Well, it's 2 things, really. And that's going to pertain to how you get more affiliates and joint venture partners Ask. That's one thing. Invite. Yes, that's one thing. Provide value. Thank you, Diane. I really appreciate that you said that. So ultimately, this is what it boils down to. Yes, exactly. Provide them results. Okay? Now, that can be on a big scale level. That can be on a small level. It's all about teaching them something of value and having them find a good result from that value that results in something, whether that results in you having a trust being built by them, vice versa, whether they implement something that you teach and boom, now they're doing it. It has to stem from them receiving some sort of result or benefit from it. Okay, so and those are two things. Teach them something and have them benefit from it. Okay, now that's to your own list, but then you're probably wondering, well, Casey, how do I find, yes, inspire, content value, thank you guys. How do I find bigger advocates, more influencers out in the world? How do I seek them out, and how do I start to build a relationship with them so that they consider me when I'm going to promote something, when I'm going to launch something out into the world? Well, it goes back to what I just said. Provide them value, provide them results. So here's an example of what I mean. I reached out, and you guys have maybe heard this before, I reach out to influencers all the time to see if I can help them with what they are needing, such as, I've reached out to John Lee Dumas because I was thinking he needed a automated webinar. Looks like, and he, lo and behold, did at the time, and he did, and he does, he still uses it, and I was able to then help him set up an automated webinar system and funnel, essentially, because I just offered it up to him. I reached out to other influencers. They then share that with their friends. CZ, what can I help you with? Thank you so much, Jay, David, Sims. I really appreciate it. Come back at 6 p.m. and I will tell you what I am doing, but also, obviously, how you can get involved in what I personally do. But all of those influencers, top influencers that I reached out to, built up relationships with, okay, from saying, hey, I really like your stuff. Hey, I'd love to do this for you. I'm not asking for anything. I just want to do this for you. I'd love to set you up on here and show you some results. By doing that, as soon as I helped one influencer out, and we just never asked for money, just pushed it out there, just did what, just helped them as much as possible. They started sharing to their friends, okay? John shared to his friends, Devin, the Duncans shared to their friends, Melanie Duncan, I don't know if you know her, Amy Porterfield, so on and so forth. So when you start doing this, when you start trying to find one influencer, usually that one influencer has a lot of relationships with other influencers. And the thing is, always try to give them results, okay? No matter what, here's a great example. Kimra Luna reached out to, Kimra Luna is a good friend who really good with building up Facebook groups. She reached out to Gary Vaynerchuk, right, to say, hey, Gary V, I see that you're building a Facebook group. I'd love to help you with that. Just helping. She said, hey, this is what I do. I've been able to build up a Facebook group of 12,000 people, 13,000 people. I'd love to be able to step in and help you. He reached back to her and said, absolutely, my team will connect with you. Now, what does that do? That builds a relationship. And it's what? It is a relationship that has no ties, nothing. There's no expectation behind that relationship, and that's the way a relationship should be if you're trying to build it from a very value-driven place, a very honest foundation. Never expect anything in return. Always do your best to try to help serve others, okay? Especially, obviously, well, you should do everyone, of course, but if you are reaching out to influencers, those are some ways that you can start building potential relationships with them so that they will look to you later on when you are, say, doing a launch or something else. So, those three things. Do I need a recap? Let me just recap. And also, can you guys hear me okay? Is the internet all right? Sometimes I think it's coming in and out. Just want to make sure it's okay for you guys. Number one, provide them results, okay? Number two, teach them something. And number three, finally, is your list is your best advocate. So look at your list and teach them something so that then, and let them know that, hey, I'm going to be doing this at this point. You've come onto my list. you followed my advice, or maybe did you learn anything from what I had? If so, I'd love to be able to talk to you in a webinar, et cetera, right? What I've done before is I've actually set up webinars where I invited partners in to tell them about the opportunity, as well as what they can get out of it. It's really about what they can get out of it, and that's what I've done when we were building up our affiliates. And obviously now, at this point, we have over 2,000 affiliates just from people signing up to our affiliate list. But that's pretty much how you do it. Some of those are obviously top influencers, but some, they are normal, everyday people that maybe have 100 people on their list, 2,000 people on their list. It doesn't really matter, and to us, as long as they provide value to their community, we welcome them with open arms. So I hope that was helpful. I'm going to get back to setting this webinar up that starts at 6 p.m. I can't wait to see you there, because we're going to be talking about, well, first off, I will go into the webinar, the launch blueprint that I talk about, the webinar launch blueprint, the event launch blueprint. Plus, it's the heart contest, and I have a reason for the heart contest, and I'm going to be asking you to do something, and I'm also going to be talking about who are the folks that are kind of in the lead here, okay? So, I'll see you at 6 p.m. Thank you guys so much, and it's also, by the way, going to be an opportunity to ask questions as well. Now, the best place to do that is to go into the webinar. If you've not been invited into the webinar, come into my Facebook group at tribeminded.com. That's tribeminded.com, and once you're in the Facebook group, you'll see a link that will bring you right into the actual event that we're doing from Easy Webinar, okay? Now, but you can, of course, I'll be starting it from here as well. All right. What is the name of iTunes? Oh, gotcha. Yeah, it's the Webinar Lab. Webinar Lab is all you have to look for. Webinar Lab. And Yvonne, yeah, I know that you were sending some good hearts. I remember. I have you on my list here. Yeah, you were sending some good hearts. So, yep. So make sure that, that's one of the things you need to do, right, to be able to get qualified. You need to be able to, rate the podcast, and also, of course, you have to leave an honest review of what you thought of it. So that's what you have to do in order to qualify. That's just one of the elements to qualify, and the other elements, of course, are the hearts. So I'm going to thank you. Am I on there, brother? David Kelber? David Kelber is. So I have, guys, here's the deal. I have 7 of you. You have different, just making sure. Okay. I left a review but did not see it. Diane, is it Edel? Diane Edel, I did see it. So I will talk about all of you guys who are kind of in the lead at 6 p.m., okay? And there's only 7 of you that actually left reviews. Those are the folks that are kind of in the lead, because those are the first ones. That kind of is the biggest thing. How do we know if we have enough hearts? We're going to be tallying them up. Here's the thing about it, is that one of the most difficult things is, did my review take? Jamil, I don't know, Jay Felder, mzoom.com, I'm not sure if that might be you, Judith Cardenas, and Brian Whiteside, Jay Felder, and David Kelber, and Diane Edel. You guys are the ones that are kind of in the lead. Yes, that's me. Which one is you? So that I know. Is it Jay Felder? Is that what it is? If that's the case, then yeah, you're on there. But here's the thing. mzoom, thank you. Okay, Jamil. Okay, mzoom, Jamil. All right. Sue Zimmerman is here. What's up, Sue? Good to see you. Thank you for the hearts. I really appreciate it. Sue B is here. I love it. Take a day for a review to post onto iTunes. Takes a day. Okay, so we will be checking on that Saturday morning. But, guys, remember, I'm not doing this till 6 p.m., so this is kind of a precursor. I just wanted to quickly do a little bit of a scope before the scope, the main scope, okay? The main scope is going to be all about the heart contest, but, of course, we are tallying these up. Now, the hearts there might be some difficulty with building up the hearts. If I see you guys are engaging the most, those are the people that I'm going to really provide this to. So there isn't a very easy way to tally all the hearts, although I'm doing my very, very best to do so, just from what I see based on the people that are coming in. And at some point, this is something I want to tell you about. I'm trying to work on something that will tally up all these hearts for me. Okay, some sort of software. Shh, don't tell anybody. But that's just that's something I want to keep under wraps. But come back at 6 p.m. We're going to continue on with the hearts. We're going to continue on with the Q&A. You can come into the Easy Webinar event room where we are going to be streaming out. I'm going to be talking about the event launch blueprint. Takes a day for the review. Okay, cool. And we'll be taking a look. I will let it go another day maybe. So you have to do it by Thursday in order. You have to do it by Thursday in order for it to publish by Friday, right? So make sure you do that, okay? If you haven't done it yet, and that's what I'll tell people. Thank you so much for letting us know. I really appreciate it. Okay, I'll see you guys at 6 p.m. Thank you for the hearts. I really value your time. I hope this was helpful, just this little bit of information that I shared with you. I hope it was insightful. I always want to provide some value on these Periscopes, so I hope this one was good. If you missed it, watch the replay, and then we're going to start up at 6 p.m. here for this next one, okay? Okay, high five. I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. See you at 6. Bye.